Hey you guys, it's Britt tonight. We're here with a quick update on Jaclyn and Wren. There have been some recent developments that I would like to share with y'all and just give a little update. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright, you guys, so excuse the redness on my skin. I did a chemical peel today. It is very warm outside as well, and we just got in from a walk a little while ago. So I'm a little flushed, but I want to go ahead and film this and get it up for y'all ASAP. The conversation about Wren Eleanor and her mother Jaclyn is really growing over on TikTok specifically. Now, I haven't been looking too much on YouTube or anything like that, but there are people whom have never talked about her before who are now joining in this conversation. We're going to hear from a former FBI agent. I would like to also share just some other creators' perspectives. As some of y'all know, I've been covering family vloggers and the dangers and issues that comes with, putting your kids all over social media for almost 4 years now. I have to say that Jaclyn is one of the worst parents that I have ever covered. She is one of the worst, most negligent, most not caring about safety, not being bothered by being called out people that I have come across on social media. And the kind of content that she has put out is some of the most egregious and disgusting that I have seen of kids on public social media. First, I want to talk about Becca Day. Becca Day, I've talked about her before. We like Becca on this channel, at least, I do. I can speak for myself, but I think that most of us like Becca. She is involved in the current lawsuit from Laura the Mortician and Jeanette Braun, and I have talked about her and her relation with that entire, dumpster fire. But she also put her video out regarding Jaclyn. Something I've talked about for a really long time is the hypocrisy with family vloggers and how they want to keep their information private. Like, oh, you're not going to know my best friend's name, and you're not going to know this, and you're not going to know that. But they put out everything about their kid. They vlog the birth. They put out the sometimes they put out the address of where they live, whether it's intended or unintended. They put out all of their kids' favorites. They put out their kids' schedule, what school they go to, what programs they're involved in, what sports teams they play for. But none of that is available for the parents, and it is just sheer hypocrisy. And in Becca's video, she talks about how easily it was to find information on Jaclyn. Jaclyn is Wren's mom, in case y'all are new to this topic. And, it is not only the sheer hypocrisy, but just the idea of not caring about your child that much to allow this to happen for years on end. All during that time, you are trying to keep your information as secure as possible. Why are you not extending that? Why are you not extending that onto your daughter? Because as I've said a million times, a parent's role is to protect their children. And if you don't protect your children, then you are a bad parent. You are an unfit parent, and I think that you should be called out as often as possible. And as far as Jaclyn trying to sit on her channel over a year ago and sit there and say that her daughter's images were not found on any nefarious websites, that is proven by Becca Day to be blatantly incorrect. So I'll roll Becca's video and then we will continue with the other creators whom I want to highlight in this video.
So this is the last video that I'm going to make about Jaclyn Paul, Wren Eleanor's mom. But after spending the weekend kind of diving more into this topic, I made an interesting conclusion. So as we know, Jaclyn has fully monetized her toddler's life and has made her income pandering to creeps on the internet at the expense of her daughter's safety. As I looked more into Jaclyn Paul and who she is as a person and not just as Wren's mom, I realized that Jaclyn really seems to prioritize her own privacy. And it just didn't sit right with me, the fact that this mother has made a living off of exploiting her child while trying to keep her own life private. But of course, this is the internet, and I was able to find out quite a bit of information about Jaclyn Paul. A lot of it I'm not going to be sharing with you guys for the safety of Wren, but I will say that even though Jaclyn has gone out of her way to keep her personal life, her love life, whatever, private, and put her daughter in the forefront of everyone's faces, it was still very, very easy to figure out personal information. I say this because if I were a person who had bad intentions and had been seeing this child on my page for the past 3 or 4 years and had built a sick parasocial relationship with this child and wanted to do harm by that child, it would not be difficult to figure out the exact city you live in, the state you live in, the places you frequent, friends you have, your family members. It's just not tricky. While of course I do not have those ill intentions, there are thousands of people who do. As long as Wren is being used as a tool for her mother for financial gain via exploitation, Wren is going to be in danger. And I just want to end this video off with a rebuttal to Jaclyn claiming she spoke to FBI and law enforcement and they didn't find any concerning content of Wren on any adult sites. While diving into this topic, I came across a broken link that no longer works, and even if it did, I obviously would not have clicked it. Here I zoomed in a bit so you guys can see what the broken link was. Yeah. The fact that there is anything on the internet with that kind of link in it should tell you everything. It should tell you everything. And the fact that Jaclyn has seen all of the people speaking out for what, a year now, and has chosen to not do anything to change the way she is presenting her child online, leaves me with the only conclusion: Jaclyn cares more about the creeps who are viewing her daughter and the financial gain she can get from it more than her daughter. And if that is really the truth of this situation, Jaclyn is no better than the people who are viewing the content of her child with sick motives. Jaclyn, I'm sure you will not see this nor take my advice, but I urge you to do better.
So that's Becca's opinion on this. Extremely valid, extremely fair. And I hope that creators like her, because she is so thorough and so straightforward without being, a bully or be like super mean girl about it. I hope that she continues to bring awareness to this because she has a sizable audience on TikTok, and I haven't come across a single video of hers that I have disagreed with her point of view. Now I want to move on to the former FBI agent who gave her analysis of the situation. Her username is the Unexpected Spy. This video has 31,000 likes as of right now, just over 1,000 comments, and let's just listen to what she had to say, and I will give my thoughts after.
Okay, so as a former FBI agent, I actually want to talk about the controversy surrounding the TikTok social media platform of a little girl named Wren Eleanor. She's about 4 or 5 years old, and her mom's name is Jaclyn. And there's been a lot of controversy on TikTok surrounding the fact that she's basically being exploited on this platform. I've looked through it. I have to say I absolutely believe that she is being exploited. So y'all know I don't post pictures of my daughter on my sort of open social media pages. I have one of her, but it's of her back. I just feel strongly about the fact she really can't consent to that. And this page is really about me and not necessarily about her. That being said, though, I don't have issues with, parents and kids who do these kinds of things together and who sort of know what they're doing. But I looked at this page, and this page is all about just a 4-year-old.
Listen, there could be any person on social media, if they have children and they've made the decision to protect their kids from the internet. I can disagree with a lot of other things that you're doing or you're saying or whatever, but I will always hold a lot of respect for any parent whom is choosing to protect their child's identity and not build an empire off that kid's back. I think that you know, I've covered a lot of different family vloggers who have built empires off their kids' backs. But there's something very disturbing and extremely specifically gross about what Jaclyn is doing with Wren. And that is something that we don't see with every family vlogging channel, thank God. But it is very specific, the audience that she is targeting with the content that she is putting out. And I think that that's why, you know, people are discovering this tragedy and they are now putting their opinions out there. What I want to know is, when is TikTok going to step in and do something about this? Because we can make videos and we can spread awareness and we can talk about it all day long. But I am driven by results. And when it comes to this kind of situation, I would hope that all of the loud voices eventually will get some kind of result for this child, because clearly her mother is not going to do anything to stop it.
That's it. It's not about her mom and her mom's lifestyle or anything like that. It is all about a 4-year-old. And I have a significant problem with that because she really can't consent to that. And the mom is profiting off of this. And I have to wonder, is the mom pocketing all this money, or is she giving it to her daughter, which is really who it should go to, because the reality is that she's doing the work for the page. Mom's just posting. But there's also issues too with some perhaps child following the page, commenting on the page, and that is also concerning. You have to remember, when you post pictures of yourself, your children, whomever, anyone has access to that. And that's what's happening here. That includes child
Of course she is pocketing a lot of that money. She is allowed to stay home and not have to work a job because she exploits her child. She does not have to go get a job. Her daughter makes all the money. Could she come out and say, oh, well, I'm, you know, saving a small percentage of it? Sure, she could come out and say that, but I wouldn't believe her, because she is somebody who has used her child. So if you are able to literally use your child to build your net worth, I'm not going to believe anything you say anyway. I seriously doubt that she has any substantial amount of money that is set aside for Wren.
Also, there's some videos of her that people have commented sort of, you know, why are they not flagged? Because it could violate community guidelines. And the ones they're talking about are the ones regarding exploitation of minors. I just want to read you the definition of how TikTok views that. It's of a position of power or trust for purposes, including profiting financially, socially, politically from the exploitation of a minor. So here's the thing. I do believe a minor is being exploited here, but I have noticed that she took down the 4th of July picture that was in question, but is not addressing it. So she knows her behavior, in my opinion, is wrong. The mom knows this. I do have to wonder who the majority of her followers are, if they are child predators. I don't know if they are or not. I don't think that they are. Then the reality is she is exploiting her child. But I'm guessing that that's why this hasn't been.
So I want to know, like, again, when are actions going to be put behind words? I hope that everybody being loud is going to drive some kind of result, but I really worry about that. The Wren and Jaclyn page, there has been a rumor going around the past couple of days that she went private. As of the 15th of March, she is still very public. She has 17 million followers, and all of the videos I can see. You know, I've gotten a fair amount of kickback for the commentary that I've given on parents over the last almost 4 years. Because, you know, the common lazy argument is, well, you're not a mom, so you shouldn't be criticizing what other moms do. But if you are so small-brained to come to my channel and have that takeaway as your opinion, walking away from all of the content that I've made, those are people that I choose not to engage with, because I would think that if we disagree on things here and there, I am always here for that, because I disagree with a lot of the stuff that I come across from my favorite creators. But I firmly believe that if you are putting your child out there and you know that there are bad people who are fixing their eyes on that child, and you continue to publish content featuring that child, you are a bad parent. I would hope that most of us could agree on that. Could we not? I also want to share this video. I will throw it here in the end. It's just a minute long. Her username is Zulf, and she said these parents are the new pimps.
You know how that mommy vlogger said that the FBI called her and said that her child's content has not made it to the web and her daughter is safe? All I heard when I heard that statement was, I adhere so well to what pedophiles want to see from my child that they have no need to steal my content. Everything from her daughter in diapers to in the bath to eating hot dogs to whatever the case is. She will post, she will adhere to what they want so that they don't have to steal her content and post it anywhere else. Because if we play her ignorance game, what I hear is that she's made a safe space for a very select group of nasty human beings to come onto her TikTok and feel very comfortable there watching her daughter. Because if I'm on the phone with the FBI and I hear that everybody's kid has been exploited further through like AI and shit online, right? Like on the dark, but for some reason my kid hasn't, you would think anyone that wants to protect their kid would be like, wait, why do parents feel comfortable on my account? But she doesn't. So
it's just a really, really sad situation that this child is in. And here's the thing. To close out this video, I want to give you guys these thoughts. I want to make it really clear. Being unethical is not illegal. So a lot of the things that we come across with family vloggers and stuff that I cover in my videos and stuff that's covered on other channels on YouTube or TikTok, a lot of it is unethical. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it is illegal, and that does not mean that CPS should be called on parents. Usually. There is obviously conditions that apply. But with the Wren situation, somebody needs to put a stop to this content being put out because it is the absolute worst, some of the worst that I have come across during my time, and I have come across a lot of different family vloggers. So while unethical is not illegal, exploitation of your daughter who cannot consent, in my opinion, going back to what Becca Day discovered with that broken link that was on a really bad website featuring Wren, I think that's kind of where I, say like it's deeper than being unethical with Jaclyn. So either way, I know that the Wren and Jaclyn topic does not typically perform really well for my channel. I know a lot of y'all are just maybe not necessarily interested in this topic, but it is super important in the grand scheme of things. I can cover all of the lighthearted things all day long and things that nobody really cares about at the end of the day. But situations like this, I will always continue to shine a light on, because this is so much deeper and darker than your typical run-of-the-mill family vlogger. Jaclyn needs to be stopped. I'm going to do my part in this, and I hope that this video gets the traction that it needs so that more people can be aware of what Jaclyn is doing to her sweet daughter, whom is far too young to consent. And that's going to be it for today. So, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.